and welcome to my live broadcast. I apologize. My phone was ringing, so I'm looking at my phone and trying to figure out what's going on. But I am going to put this thing in do not disturb so that I can talk to you this morning about how to start and grow your email list. So if you've been hanging out with me this week, you know that I've been talking about branding and business all week, and I've been covering some things that can help you to really pull things together so that you can end this year strong. So you know that Facebook and Instagram went down. I know it's not a surprise to you. It's not a secret to any of us. Facebook and Instagram went down was it last week? I think it was last week. It's so much going on. I can't even keep track of time anymore. So Facebook and Instagram went down, and I know that it was like a shocker for a lot of people. Like, how in the world am I going to keep in contact with my customers and my clients if I don't have social media, if I don't have Facebook and Instagram? Well, of course, we know there are so many different social media platforms, but the point is, and what we've learned is that any social media platform can go down at any time. And so, one of the things that I'm constantly preaching and I'm constantly talking about is that you always need to have some type of control over how you stay in contact with your audience, how you can continue to stay in contact with your customers and build your business even when social media platforms go down. So, the first thing is that social media should never be the last stop in your customer journey. It should be one of the first, right? So, what I mean by that is if you have a Facebook group or if you're on TikTok, if you're on Instagram, that should not be the only place where you're staying in contact with your audience. You should constantly be moving your audience from social media to some traffic that you do own. And here's what I mean by traffic that you do own. We understand from social from Facebook and Instagram going down that we don't own the traffic that we get, right? If you have people coming to look at your page, coming to your Facebook group, engaging with you on, hey Tara, engaging with you on your platforms, we don't own any of this traffic. Zuckerberg owns this traffic, right? And so at any given moment, the systems can go down, or they can decide, okay, we don't want to do this anymore. We're shutting everything down, right? Hopefully they won't, but the possibility is still there. And so you don't own any of this traffic. So when it comes to your business, as a responsible business owner, you always have to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to stay in contact with my customers if this goes down? How am I going to stay in contact with my customers if I can't depend on this other system? And so the way that you do that is by building an email list or a text message list. Now, today I'm talking about email lists. I'm not talking about text messaging lists just yet. I'm talking about email lists today. You can start an email list today for free so that you can have a way to stay in contact with your customers and your clients. Share it in my team page. Thank you so much for sharing, Tara. I appreciate that so much. I'm sending you a virtual hug right now. So when it comes to staying in contact with your customers, you got to have something going on something that you're building outside of social media. And one of the fastest ways to do that is through starting your email list and growing your email list. If you already have an email list, you need to put some effort in growing it. If you don't have an email list, I'm going to tell you how to start one today. And as soon as we get done here, you can actually go and set your email list up so that you're not waiting another day to have another means to contact your customers and your clients. One of my clients sent me a message and she said to me, when Facebook and Instagram went down, I sent an email to my email list and sold a course. And I was like, you go, girl, because that's what it's all about. So even without having her Facebook platform and Instagram platform available to her, she was still able to make money. So that is what I'm talking about. Okay. Drive safely, Tara. Tara says she's driving. So you have to have something in the works for yourself so that your business can always make money regardless of what's going on. Now, when you have an email list, yes, of course, your email system can go down. However, what you're going to do is you're going to back that email list up. Okay. You can back it up at least once a month so that you have an updated list of people who are subscribed to your email list. And at any given time, you can upload that list into another email provider or at least have the emails of your customers. So the first thing is this: when it comes to getting that email list started, the first thing is this: you cannot build your business from your personal email address. Well, you could, but that's actually probably against the terms and service of your email account. So if you have like a Hotmail or Yahoo or Gmail account, most likely it is against the terms and services of that email account to even use it for business purposes. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have an email list provider, right? That's how you deal with that. You don't want to be using your personal email, your Yahoo email to send business emails. You want to actually go and get yourself an email list provider so that you're doing things the right way. So that's the number one thing. You want to find an email list provider so that you can send business emails, okay? So I'm going to give you the names of some email list providers that you can look at today and you can choose from one. Now, I'm going to tell you my honest views on each of these email list providers that I'm going to give you. Now, the key is that I want you to understand is that there are a lot of email list providers out there. I do not recommend things that I don't use or that I haven't used. So what I'm getting ready to share with you, I'm getting ready to share with you email list providers that I've actually used and that my clients have used. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the ones that I know they're good, and I know they work. So the first email list provider that I want to share with you is aweber.com, and that's spelled aweber.com. I love Aweber. It's easy to use, and it's pretty awesome. The one thing about Aweber is that they actually have a free plan that you can use to get started. I think free plans are great starting out because you can actually get started and start, playing with it and figuring out how it works. And then you can have some time to actually grow your email list before you actually start spending money. I'm always telling people don't pay for things unless your business is ready for them. If you get an email list and you don't have 2,000 subscribers yet, then why not use a free resource until you get to that point and then start paying for what you need. Now, of course, you can get the paid version, but if you're just getting started out and you're strapped for cash, I totally understand that. There is a way to do business on a budget, right? Let's just be real. There's a way to do business on a budget. So aweber.com has an actual free plan that you can use to get started with growing your email list, okay? So Aweber is one of my favorite. My other favorite email list provider is ConvertKit. ConvertKit. ConvertKit.com is another favorite email list provider that you can use. Very user friendly. They have really awesome landing pages that are they're not as robust and as flexible as some of the other landing pages. But what I mean by landing page, that's the page that people are going to land on when they see whatever you're offering for free. And we'll go into that in just a minute so that it's not confusing. So the landing page is the first place where they're going to land to put their email address in. So when they put that email address in, their name and email goes to your email list. Okay. So basically, that ConvertKit is really user friendly in my opinion. Aweber and ConvertKit are both very user friendly. So the third one that I want to recommend is MailChimp. The reason why I like to recommend MailChimp is because they also have a free plan that you can get started with using. Now, in my opinion, MailChimp is not the most user friendly, and I hate to say that, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? I like to be honest, and for me, MailChimp is not the most user friendly, but it is an awesome email. It is great when it comes to having templates. They have beautiful templates that you can use, and even though they have a free plan starting out, I will say that it doesn't look like free. You know how people say you get what you pay for? That's not the case with MailChimp. They have really beautiful templates and some nice things that you can use where you can really use that to start building your email list. And then if you want to change later, you can download that email list and then upload it into a new email list provider. So don't feel stuck, right? When you choose one of these email list providers today, don't feel like you're stuck in it because you can always change later, but you need to get something started today. If you haven't already, you need to start collecting email addresses for your business today. Okay. So now that we talked about picking an email list provider, I want to talk about how you actually get people on your email list. I know you're probably thinking, like, girl, okay, now what do I do after that? Hey, Ursula, what do I do after I get my email list set up? Well, you have to start collecting email addresses. And the way that you do that is by offering something for free in exchange for a person's email address. Now, there's so many different ways to do this. We call it a freebie, we call it an opt-in offer, something that you're going to give away that's juicy, right? That's going to make people say, oh my goodness, yes, I will give up my email address in exchange for this awesome thing. And what you want to do is you want to have something free. Now, I usually recommend some type of information that you have. My clients have created PDFs, checklists, trainings, and different things. I actually have a free course that I give away in exchange for an email address. So if you're interested, this is a shameless plug. You can go to you know what? Just send me a direct message if you're interested in my free course. It's called 7 Ways to Get New Clients Online. Just send me a direct message and say, hey, Shanta, can you send me the link for that course? Or if you're watching me on Instagram right now, you can just tap the link in my bio and it'll take you to the link where you can actually download, get access to my free course, 7 Ways to Get New Clients Online. You see how I just did that? That's exactly what you're going to do to build your list. You're going to talk about, hey, I have this free thing. I have this free thing. Click here to download it. So when you have that checklist, and it doesn't have to be fancy. Don't overthink this, right? It doesn't have to be fancy, but I'm gonna give you a way to still build your list even if you don't have a freebie yet. Okay, so it can be a checklist of something. It could be some type of reading list. If you, let's say you work in the wealth building space and you want to get a recommended reading list for people who want to build wealth, you can say, hey, here are the top 5 books that you can read to start building your first portfolio, something along those lines, right? And you have to make sure it's something that your ideal clients are going to be interested in, something that they would exchange their email address for. Okay, so when I go, so one of the things that I love to eat, right? So I love some good food. And when I used to go to the mall back in the day, I haven't been in the mall in forever. But back in the day, COVID has made things like seem like forever ago. So when I used to go to the mall, I used to go to the food court. There used to be this chicken place in there. I can't remember the name of it, but they used to sell this chicken, and it came with like rice and vegetables. And I used to go there and get this chicken with rice and vegetables. But they will always have someone out there with a sample plate, and people would walk by and taste the chicken. And I've literally seen people taste it and then turn around and go get in line to get the chicken. Well, I already knew I was getting chicken, but I would still take the sample anyway, even though I knew I was going to get in line to get the chicken, right? But that is an example of of a freebie, right? Something that's drawing people in. You want something that's going to be interested, and you want something that's going to make people say, "Oh yes, definitely, I'll give my email address up in exchange for this." Another great thing about having a free offer for people to opt in for is it allows people to get to see who you are. They get to see some of your content. They get to see what kind of information you share. So I would tell you, make sure your freebie is the bomb, right? Not. I don't mean make. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I don't want you to overthink it. But make sure it's good. Make sure it's some of your best stuff because people are getting a taste of how you are. I've downloaded some freebies before, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so good, and I keep them. Like I have the really nice ones. I keep, and I'm like, this is really great. Make sure your freebie is done in excellence. Is what I'm trying to say, right? Not in perfection, right? Because I talked to you about perfection the other day, and I said perfection is when you're waiting for something that you don't have before you make a move. But excellence is doing the best you can with what you have right now, right? So you want to create that freebie with excellence and you want to make it awesome so that when people download your free offer, when they join your email list, they're going to say, oh my goodness, this is so great. I cannot wait to see what else this person has to offer. So think about what you can offer as a freebie. Now, if you don't have a freebie yet, don't let that hold you back. What you can do is you can tell people what the benefits are of joining your email list. What kind of information are you going to be sharing? Will they get a discount on the course that you offer or a discount for my boutique owners? You know, it's so funny that, so I have a Facebook group. So if you're watching me from the Facebook group, hello. So I'm talking about you guys right now. So I have a Facebook group called Purpose Driven Coaches and Mentors. And the funny thing is, I have a lot of boutique owners in there. So I had to throw a little note out there for my boutique owners, right? So even so, if you're in the coaching space or if you happen to be in my group and you're a boutique owner, you can give a discount on their first order. Like who doesn't love a discount, right? So or you can do like free shipping. You get a free shipping code when you join my email list or whatever. That way you can still send out an email and make a sale even when these social media platforms are not working in your favor. So think about something free that you can offer, something that's going to get your ideal clients excited, but also something that is going to show off your expertise, something that's going to put you in a great light and make people say, oh my goodness, this was so great. I want more of this. Okay. So you want to offer that freebie because listen, people's email addresses are personal, right? Like for example, like well, my phone number is very personal and private. Tara, I don't know Tara. Tara's asking if she's in the group. I don't know Tara. Go to type in purpose driven coaches and entrepreneurs and come on in there if you're not in there already. And that goes for anybody. If you're interested in joining the group, just type it in the search. If you're watching me on Instagram, you can just scroll up right now, hit the link in my bio, and you'll see the link to come over and join my group. Okay. So okay, so you want to what was I talking about? I was talking about actually was I talking about creating a freebie? I lost my train of thought, y'all. I'm so excited today. I'm just losing my train of thought. So when it comes to I talked about creating that freebie and making sure you're making it awesome. And then I started talking about that's where I was. I was talking about my phone number. My phone number is like top secret. I'm the kind of person, if too many people get my phone number, I'll change it because that's how serious I am about my phone number. So it's kind of like that with email addresses. Email addresses are very private, right? So if someone is going to give you their email address, they're giving you access to market to them, right? So why not take the effort and put together something nice, something free that you can give them in exchange for allowing them allowing you to market to them, right? And so, but if you don't have a freebie yet, and if you want to get started today, you're like, I want to get started right away building my email list. Tell people what the benefits are of joining your email list. Okay. So this is something that I teach inside of my brand in demand bootcamp, which is actually coming up in a couple of weeks. If you want to sign up for that brand in demand bootcamp, it's a totally free 5-day workshop where I'm talking about branding, I'm talking about marketing, I'm talking about sales, I'm talking about how to position yourself as an expert and so much more. And it's going to be a really awesome week and it's no cost to you. So you can go to Brand in Demand Bootcamp and get signed up for that bootcamp. But this is something that I teach in greater detail inside of that Brand in Demand Bootcamp, how to articulate the benefits of something, right? The first thing that we start with inside of that bootcamp is I teach you how to articulate what you do and how you help people, how to articulate the benefits of working with you. So you want to do the same thing if you don't have a freebie yet. Be able to articulate what are the benefits of joining my email list. Are you going to be sharing free tips? Are you going to be sharing information around a certain topic? Are they going to get a specific discount? That's something that you can do until you get that freebie. If you can say, hey, when you join my email list, I share free marketing tips on my email list. Or when you join my email list, you get a 20% discount on my course. Whatever you can think of, that is what you do in place of creating that free offer. Okay. So some people will tell you you don't need a free offer. I'm going to tell you you need a free offer, right? Because the free offer is more than just you giving away something for free. It's also an opportunity for you to demonstrate your expertise and position yourself as an expert in the minds of that ideal customer or client who is signing up to join your email list. Okay. So it's not just a free offer, it's you positioning yourself as an expert. And you are an expert, right? But you have to get people have to see that in order to understand that. You guys know we are visual people, right? If something does not look good, listen, my son, he likes to try new foods and stuff, but if it looks too crazy, he's like, no, I'm not trying that. I don't want to try that. And so we're visual people, and when things look good, then we become interested, right? And so, in order for people to really see our expertise, we got to show it. We got to show them who we are and allow them to see us and hear how we speak and understand what kind of content we share, understand what we offer, and also understand how we can help them. Your free offer is going to be one of the first steps into that ideal customer being able to see who you are and what you offer. I'm at work. Okay, get your work on, Ursula. Okay, Ursula's gonna come back and watch the replay. So we talked about finding that email list provider. Then we talked about that free offer that you're gonna offer. Now let me go back and explain how this all works, just in case you're brand new to this, right? I always like to teach things in a way that anybody could understand it, whether you're advanced or whether you're new, right? So I specialize in helping newbies. So I want to explain it. So if you're brand new to this, so the way that your email list works is when you create that freebie, your email list provider, you're going to go in there and set things up, and your email list provider is going to automatically send that free offer to someone when they sign up for your email list, right? So Tara created her freebie and she's offering 10, 10 books to read for leadership. I don't know what Tara does. I'm just making this up. So let's say Tara has this list and she's got a list of 10 books to read to develop your leadership skills and for next year for 2022. That's something that I'm interested in because I love books. I love to read, right? So I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I want to get this free list of books. And when I put my name and my email address in on that landing page, then my name and email are going to go into Tara's email list, and then her system is going to automatically email me that list. Okay, and now I'm on her email list, and I got my freebie. So guess what happens when Tara gets ready to sell something? Now she offered me a list of leadership. Oh my goodness, Tara said yes, that's what I do. I had no idea. It must that must have been the Holy Spirit. That was all the Lord. Glory to God. So what's going to happen is when Tara gets ready to sell her leadership class, because I put my email address in to get that free book on developing leadership skills, that's how she knows I'm interested in leadership, right? Because I opted in for her free offer. Can you imagine having an email list of people who are interested in what you offer? Instead of trying to, bug your family and friends and always trying to sell to the same people who are like so tired of you trying to sell. But imagine having a list of people who are interested in what you offer, right? You know that I'm interested in it because I put my email address in it to get that freebie. So you want to make sure your freebie lines up with something that you're going to offer later, okay? Even if you don't have anything to offer right now, you have an idea about what you want to offer. So make sure your free offer lines up with what you're going to offer later. That's very important, okay? So let's say when Tara gets ready to sell her leadership class, she sends out an email to her email list, and boom, I get the email, right? And so now I'm like, yes, I need a leadership class. I'm reading these books, but I want to do some more on developing my leadership skills. And then she sends that link and she says, hey, you want to sign up for this leadership class? Click this link to sign up. Then I click the link and then I pay and then I sign up. Now that's how it happens in the perfect world, right? Now, but I do want to make sure that you understand that not everybody on your email list is going to sign up for your offers. But guess what? A percentage of them will, right? Some of them will, not all of them, but some of them will. And so when you have an email list, you can really generate income anytime you want to generate income, okay? Regardless of what social media is doing. But you have to make sure you're moving people over to your email list. You're putting that offer out there saying, hey, you can download my free offer. I know you've seen them everywhere. When you see that free offer, that's someone growing their email list, right? But from now on, you're going to be offering yours too. So you're growing your email list too, right? So that when these social media platforms go down, you're still in business. Just because a social media platform shuts down doesn't mean that your business shuts down. Okay. So if you're taking that information that I'm talking about today, go and do the work today. Don't just listen to what I'm saying. Go and actually start your email list if you don't have one yet. Okay. Information is one thing, but implementation is a whole new ball game. Okay. There's a different kind of person that hears something and then goes to implement it. Okay. So don't just hear it and don't do work. I want you to go and actually start your email list if you don't have one yet. Okay. So that is how it works in a nutshell. And so what you want to do once you get everything set up, once you get that freebie set up, don't feel stuck, okay? Because I'm going to tell you that a lot of these email list providers have tons of videos to help you figure it out. If you're like, well, how do I set up my freebie so that it automatically goes out to my when someone signs up? Don't stay stuck. Go and search. Go look for how to do it. Okay, that's the entrepreneurial spirit, right? We don't sit around and stay stuck. We'll go figure it out. We'll be like, okay, I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna figure this thing out. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna reach out to somebody who knows. I'm gonna do a search and look on the find videos, how-to videos. A lot of these email list providers have tons of step-by-step information and videos. And guess what else? They have support staff that you can reach out to, and a lot of them will help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Okay. But don't let I don't know be a reason why you don't start your email list. Okay. So let's just do a recap. We're talking about how to start and grow your email list so that your business can still function even when social media is not doing what it's supposed to do, right? And that could be with anything. You know, when the iOS update came out, that messed up ads in a huge way. So ads are more expensive right now because there's not the same level of data that used to be there. Like Facebook, the way that Facebook and probably most of the other ads, I usually talk about Facebook most because Facebook is my main platform. But Facebook does not have access to the same level of data that they used to have access to. So it's become a little bit more difficult to find who that ad needs to go to, right? So it takes a little bit more time, which means you may have to spend more money for the Facebook ad to find your people, right? Because that Facebook ad is going to go where you tell it to go, but then it has to find the right people within that audience. So if I say, okay, Facebook ad, go find women over 25 who are interested in coaching, right? And so it's going to take a while because Facebook has to go into that audience and start finding people who are actually going to click on my ad. That takes time and it takes money, right? Because I have to pay for every impression. Every time the ad is showed, I have to pay for that. And so that has caused people to look at more organic ways of finding clients. And what I mean by organic is not paid. Okay. So don't think you have to, you have to, spend money on ads just to grow your business. There are a lot of organic things that you can do that don't require you to spend money on ads, but that just require some effort from you. And I do teach that as well. I teach organic strategies for finding clients, organic strategies for getting into direct messages, what to say, how to say it, and everything. I teach all of that stuff inside of my academy. And so think about some things that you can do to drive traffic to your freebie. Once you get everything set up, how are you going to drive traffic? How are you going to get people to see it? You're going to have to post it, but I don't recommend posting it every 5 minutes, right? You should be posting your freebie at least once a week on your group. If you have a Facebook group, post it in your group. If you have a business Facebook page, post it on your page. If you're on other social media platforms, share it on your page. But don't forget to tell people the benefits, right? Don't just say, hey, download my free thing. Say, hey, when you download my free thing, it's going to help you do A, B, and C. So that makes people more interested when they understand what's in it for them, right? You always have to tell people what's in it for them. And that goes with offering your freebie. That goes with telling people what you do. You have to let people know this is what's in it for you, boo. Let me tell you what I can do, how I can help you, how I can serve you. Let me tell you what this freebie is going to do for you. Okay. So you have to be able to articulate those things. Okay. Now, if you have any questions about anything that I just talked about, send me a direct message. Most people who know me, they know that I'm in those direct messages answering questions and just really serving my audience. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram. You can direct message me on Facebook. If you're inside of the group, you know how to reach me. So come on over to my Facebook group, Purpose Driven Coaches and Mentors. I usually only try to give you one thing to do, right? I don't want to overwhelm you with a whole bunch of steps because you already got homework because you got to go start your email list. But I would love to have you over my group, Purpose Driven Coaches and Mentors. And don't forget to sign up for the Brand in Demand Bootcamp. Go to brandindemandbootcamp.com to get signed up for the next free 5-day workshop. We're starting on November 1st. So you can go ahead and hop on that list early so that you can get all the information about when we kick off. All right. Well, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow to talk to you more about branding and business. So watch this space, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Hope you have a great day.